Hey, it's Boogie with the Bull. Sunday afternoon. It's 20 after 4. I'm Dave Golovin, and no one cares. That's the purpose of this broadcast. Sometimes you just feel the need to jump on and say what's on your mind, and sometimes maybe it's better that you don't, and sometimes, well, you just need to go ahead and do it anyway. To get it all out of your head so that you can focus with life and get back to the important things. Give me a moment while I battle with the monitor for the Dave Golovin live chat. It doesn't want to seem to do a job. Whoops, it was there. There it is. Live chat's open on the Dave Golovin profile and on the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel, although I'm not sure I'm taking any live comments into this. The purpose of the broadcast was to simply say yesterday there was a round of Facebook drama and other BS games that stupid admins sit and play when we got nothing better to do. Two people complained about one of them being removed from a group as a member and removed from a group as an admin because that admin gave me 8 groups and said, do whatever you want with them. They were done with being an admin of those groups. That tells me do whatever you want with those groups. And I did. An admin and I went through and did a deep cleaning on that group. We cleaned up the news feed. We negotiated with serial drive-by posters to get them to join that group and post in that group, and I hope they keep doing so. And that's what we do. That's what we do. And when I was done, I left that group, and another admin friend of mine took that group over and continues to be the admin of that group today. And I hope that he and the 2 other admins in question can resolve their problems. During yesterday, I asked one of those 2 admins to remove me from being an admin of any and all of their groups. And I informed them that I was going to remove them from being an admin of all of my groups. And I had started to do that, but because Facebook actually gives you a choice that if you are in any group with an admin you're removing from your group, you could remove that admin from a whole bunch of groups all at the same time. I couldn't do that because this admin is an admin in 2 groups that it's not just my decision to remove them. And I didn't want to remove them from either one of those 2 groups. But the BS went on off and on all day, and very late last night, it came down to I was blocked by one of the admins who would like to get that group back. Can't send them an admin invite if I'm blocked. And the other admin, when I booted from all of mine and asked to boot me out of hers, is in Facebook jail right now and can't get an invite. Can't answer an admin invite. And the other, so it wasn't resolved. So I went to bed last night. I got up this morning And I kind of got to thinking where I am, you know, to the admin who now has the the Hardcore Conservatives group, keep it, do whatever the hell you want with it. It's got a 15-year tradition on Facebook of being around for off and on for about 15 years. And it's a hardcore conservative Republican group. But, you do whatever the hell you want with it. I just don't want to battle with you anymore. Eric Leon Barton is watching. And Eric Leon Barton is the admin of Americans for Free Speech. And I haven't yet left Americans for Free Speech. Eric is a great guy. Matter of fact, I was here on the East Coast while Eric was on the West Coast in California, and he started Americans for Free Speech. And it was Eric helped me grow the Great American Nation group to its first over 1,500 members, and then helped me with some other groups that I had. And then Eric decided he wanted to start a group, and he did. And it was Americans for Free Speech. It is a great group, and I highly recommend that you join it. It's a private group. I highly recommend that you join it, and you take part in it, and you share to it, and you can't share from it because it's a private group. But in the light of there being an admin in that group that I don't want to be an admin with, I'll leave it up to Eric. In another group where I and this particular admin are in, I had said I would leave, and I stepped down, and I've been asked to come back, and I'm going to come back. I'm just going to leave someone blocked, which is just a terrible way to be on Facebook. I spent more time getting mad at myself last night for playing 2-year-old play stupid games, win stupid prizes with stupid people, including myself, than I did paying attention to what's going on in the United States of America right now. Okay? Not reading the news to see what blunders Joe Biden had yesterday, not reading the news to see what the Democrats in Congress are trying to do, not reading and looking for follow-ups to Janet Yellen, the head of the Fed, being in an interview recently and telling the interviewer the Fed has no desire to review prices on anything going back to when the pandemic happened and try to adjust them accordingly so that Americans get a better deal. And our economy has a chance of getting out of Joe Biden's ass and back to where it should be. I don't care. We, the United States of America, are not responsible for allowing anybody who wants to hop, skip, and jump from Mexico into the United States and support them for life. We are not responsible for anyone. The Democrats want to come in here illegally, let's stay here illegally, support them illegally, give them an illegal vote so they can attempt to try to keep Joe Biden in the White House. I have dementia. I've told everybody on Facebook, all 6 billion of you that I could ever reach, that I have dementia. It is one of the most hardest challenges that if you come down with it, you will ever get. You get to a point where sometimes you just don't know what is going on. Simple things. You're sitting there talking to family members, and all of a sudden you zone out because you just don't have any idea what people are talking about. But you do the same thing to them because all of a sudden you're talking to them and you're right on topic, and all of a sudden you zone out and you're talking about things that happened 40 years ago. So I clearly understand some things that Joe Biden is doing wrong. It doesn't make it right, but he's doing a lot of wrong things. As far as thinking that he ever sat and had a meeting with Napoleon Bonaparte, that's a little extreme. That's a hallucination, I think, which is common with dementia. Mentioning that he was talking to Saudi Arabia and trying to work with Israel to resolve the West Bank Gaza Strip situation, and saying I was on the phone with Sisi, the president of Mexico, and he's interested in trying to help out. Well, for a moment there, I had to look at it as Joe Biden, president of the United States, talked to other leaders around the world, and maybe he was on the phone with Mexico, and maybe for a few minutes he and the Mexican president talked about it. Probably not, but maybe he did. I don't know. Eric is laughing as hard as he can. But you know what? Even if he did, it doesn't matter, because honestly, I don't think there's anybody in the United States that thinks when it comes to the Mexico-U.S. border that the Mexican government has anything to do with it. The cartels tell them exactly what they should be doing or what they will be doing, and that's just how it's going to go. So he's probably, still hallucinating there. I do not believe that the Democrats are going to remove Joe Biden before the November election, because they don't want to give Kamala Harris even the slightest taste of being president, because they're not going to run her in November. They're either going to run Joe again, thinking that they can get Joe to win, or they're going to dump Joe and find somebody else who they think can beat Trump and probably lose, or they cheated already and Trump is going to lose, or they think they're going to get Trump nailed on all of these trials and something's going to happen and he's not going to be able to serve, which I don't believe, because all I do know is that if he is reelected, they better run and hide. They better leave the country, because there's not going to be a safe place to hide. The best thing that would happen today would be that Joe Biden did get impeached, because Secretary of DHS Alejandro Mayorkas has been impeached in the House. The Senate should do the right thing and use him as the fall guy on the border, because he's not doing his job. He never did do his job. And just boot him out. Give him his pension if he gets one. Take it away from him if he doesn't. I don't really know. I don't really care. Just get him out of DHS. They should do the same thing at the Department of Justice, because it really doesn't matter what happens. I don't know if they're going to have enough answers on Donald Trump before the election, as far as the Democrats are concerned, to have any serious punishments that they hope to deal out, because in November, hopefully they will lose the White House, they will lose the DHS, they will lose the DOJ. Hopefully the 40 FBI agents who Dan Bongino and everybody else, or Jesse Waters, everybody else is saying, has said publicly, we've been watching him for 15 years. We know everything that's wrong. We have evidence of everything that's wrong. Well, then you have a responsibility to the citizens of the United States of America to drop the bomb on the House and the Senate and have them impeach the guy. And what you do with him for breaking the law, I don't know. That's a thing for a judge and a jury to decide. As far as I'm concerned, just get him out of the White House, get her out of the White House, and put somebody in the White House. Have a special election in April or May, and that's it. And I hope President Trump wins. I hope he gets elected with wait until November and have the midterm for the House and Senate. And I hope he wins a Republican super Congress, but I can't guarantee that that's what's going to happen. Eric says, I think they're going to push Michael Obama. I think they are, but I've also heard rumors that they're going to push Michael Obama to be Gavin Newsom's vice president, and then do something with Gavin. Either, I don't know, move him up somewhere that's a little better and not quite president. But I also don't think that they're going to run Michelle Obama against Donald Trump. I think they would rather wait and run her as someone who they think can beat Trump, or they can cheat against Trump and make president. But the bad thing they got to remember is if you cheat against Trump in the 2024 election and he loses, he can run again in 2028. So Democrats, if you're smart, you just let him win in 2024, do whatever he's going to do, retire in 2028, and then hope you can bring back somebody in 2028 and go back to screwing the country up again. Because for as long as Trump loses elections starting in 2024 and is mentally capable and able to run and serve, then he's going to do that. And one day he might win. Maybe not, but maybe he will. Pat Paulson, the old comedian, did that. He ran every year. He got votes. He never won, but he kept running every year. I did it every year when I joked about my campaigns to be Facebook CEO in every presidential election year, like I am right now, 2024. But anyway, I digress. And let me see. Let me get back up here to Karen Hackley, our buddy down in Texas. Who knows? We might not even have another election with all the chaos coming in from the South. Martial law, I wonder. Well, the only thing that I'll say, Karen, about martial law is the army or the military takes over. What guarantee is there from the time the military takes over the government or running the country or whatever they do, that at some point they're going to say, sure, President Trump, come back and run the country. There's no guarantee that they're ever going to do that. And we could become a military ruled nation for the rest of forever. The only thing I do like about it is that I do hope that if that happened, 40 million illegal immigrants would be gathered up very quickly, fully investigated, and put on planes, buses, and whatever, and booted out of here. At the same time, the Army Corps of Engineers, the Marine Corps engineers, the Navy engineers, this engineer, that engineer, as many as they could hire, construction people, will go down and probably overnight, it won't be that fast, but go down and immediately finish the Trump wall. And I hope that happens. Hey, Eric, I'm glad you caught me. And my comments where I said that in light of the drama that happened over the weekend, I was going to, I think I did. I have to go back and look. I can't remember what I do 5 hours or 4 hours later. I may have stepped down and removed myself out as an admin in Americans for Free Speech. And the main reason that I did that is that it would have violated my own policy to stay in a group, because my policy in my groups is that if you block one admin, you're out of the group. Block as many moderators as you want, block all the moderators. Block an admin, you're out of the group, because all of the admins have to be able to take care of all of the members. So, And in light of my feeling that I think the best thing to do is just to block that one, then that may be what I got to do. But I'll talk to you later. I tried to get a message to you, Eric, to let you know what I was thinking, but we'll talk. I don't care to leave any group that I'm in that others are in, because I believe right now it's important to work hard and do some fine tuning on all of our conservative patriot groups, MAGA groups, Republican groups, whatever you want to call them, and get them ready for the November election. Then after the November election is done and Trump is back in the White House and he hopefully has a super Congress led by Republicans that are going to do something, then you take a look at your Facebook group and you either put it up for adoption and find somebody like me who might want to take your group off your hand and keep it going, or try to keep it going, or sometimes you just close your group, archive it, and come back later. I really don't know. Mike Grant is in the Boogie with the Bull live chat on the Dave Woven profile. Mike is a certified weapons arms dealer, a certified weapons arms dealer, a certified weapons dealer in Dublin, California. If you can get to him in Dublin, California, he can sell you a gun. He can fill out the paperwork necessary for you to own a gun and help you get approved. He can deliver the gun to you. If you are not a California resident, you can still contact Mike. It's gun, I always forget it, but Mike, if you're still here, put the name in the group. But go to the Mike Grant Facebook page. I always tell people that the profile picture looks like the old Ford Galaxy 500s that Efren Zimbalist Jr. drove on the TV show The FBI, a Quinn Martin production. And he is sitting in there holding a rather impressive, what looks like a Dirty Harry handgun. And talk to Mike. But from what I understand, if you are not a California resident, you can buy from him, but the gun has to be delivered to a certified weapons dealer in your state, and then you have to go to that person and do whatever you have to do to pick it up. If you feel it is time for you to own a gun, you're probably right. And it's time for you to go out and get one and get trained. And the same for your family that is eligible or old enough, responsible enough to have them, and be trained and practice and know how to use them, because sooner or later something might happen that you need protection. That's all I'm going to say. William Grant is watching, and he says, hello, Dave and fellow patriots. Let me flash that one on. And Mike had to leave. He said, got to go to train. And so that's, like I said, go to the Mike Grant Facebook page, take a look around. And if you think he can help you wherever you are in the United States, talk to him. If you're in California and you can get to Dublin, California, then go visit him in person. And I'm sure you will be happy that you did. I'm going to slide back up for a second. Karen Hackley said, I meant Biden doing martial law, not Trump. I get where you might have misunderstood my comment. You're right, Karen. Thank you for clearing that up. I just meant that in general, even my fear was when President Trump would talk about the possibility of doing it, was that if he handed the government over to the military, or control of the government over to the military, there wasn't necessarily any guarantee that the military had to hand it back to him. That's all I meant. So, I mean, if you're a president and you can hand the government and control of it over to the military, you have to be sure that you're going to get it back, or you just give the government to the military, and maybe the military will take it. I think what people were hoping for under the Trump administration was that he would do that, get help from the military, because help would be needed to clean this up, get everybody out of here who doesn't need to be here, is here illegally, and all of that other stuff. and get us back on track to where we need to be. I don't believe that the military would have needed to do anything other than help Donald Trump secure the country and get us back in business. As far as having a numbers person who knows budgets and all of that stuff and could put things together, could do a full audit of government programs and get rid of the garbage, and then find all this hidden money that is in the government that might help lower taxes for everybody or eliminate taxes in some cases. That would be awesome too. But anyway, like I said, the purpose of this broadcast was for me to come on and just say, enough is enough. Enough is enough. I played drama yesterday, and I played it all day, and I played it hard, and I did what I needed to do. And in the last minute, I just kind of threw my hands up in the air and said, it's not worth playing a game anymore. I can't fix what two people want me to fix because I'm just not in a position to fix it anymore. And to be honest with you, in light of losing one of my groups, I probably wouldn't fix it for them the way they wanted it to be fixed. But like I said, too much garbage, too much stuff. We get lost in all the Facebook drama and crap that we don't need to do every day. I've had too many people in the last week or so get angry at me for how I am on Facebook, how I am on Boogie with the Bull broadcast, how I was on their broadcast. And, now friends of mine who I really enjoy having on Boogie with the Bull broadcast and were a significant portion of the Boogie with the Bull audience aren't watching anymore or taking part in the live chat. And stupid things happen. People get angry all the way around. I do stupid things, and people are angry at me. Guests come on and say something to another guest, and anger happens. And in the end, I end up losing two people. And 62 years old, it's time to grow up and do things the way they need to be done. I don't want to wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning on a morning when we have a Boogie with the Bull morning caffeine broadcast scheduled with me and Randy Rhodes at 10 o'clock Eastern, and worry about who's going to be angry at me when we're on. I just want to do the broadcast, have fun, drink some coffee, and get our days started. Tuesday, Thursday, I don't want to worry about who's angry at me. I just want to come on, share the news with you, and the people that are on with me, have some laughs, drink some kind of caffeinated beverage or evening beverage, whatever it is you want to be drinking when we're on. And hope everybody leaves with a smile. And as I say, that you think about what we discussed, how it affects you. You make a decision on what you need to do in your own life, and we all go. And when we need to come united as one, we come united as one. And when we don't, then bust an ass and be yourself. But it's time to do it. It's time to put it all together. It's time to not get stuck in the race of play stupid games, win stupid prizes, because it's just not worth it. Okay, it's just not worth it. Except for me, it's great because I got so much stress in my head all the time that it's a good workout when I'm focusing on something else and working something else out in my head. And when I finally get that worked out, all the stress in my head is gone. So, but play stupid prizes, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. Our groups And I'm going to count American Regulators as one of, well, American Regulators is one of our groups. I'm going to count still being affiliated with Americans for Free Speech, Boogie with the Bull, obviously the group behind Boogie with the Bull broadcast. I hope to return to Conservative Freedom Defenders. Art Sessa started that group, and to the best of my knowledge, I was the first admin that he asked to come in and help him when he started it. And when he had to take some time off, I stepped up as best as I could. I brought in a couple of admins to help. And Art is back and running the ship, and I'm very happy. And I will be very happy to accept an admin invite and do what I got to do to help Art and the other admins and moderators keep Conservative Freedom Defenders going as best as I can. I tell people it was originally started as a group of conservative freedom defenders based on Christian, what's the word I want? I forgot it. I don't want to say values, Christian values, based on Christian values, and using that to help you make decisions and do things. Because I'm Jewish, I added Judeo-Christian values, and everybody talks to God, everybody gets an answer from God, everybody does whatever they think God tells them to do or offers to help them to do, and we all, at the end of the day, break bread and figure out how we're going to go into the next day. That's Conservative Freedom Defenders. Americans for Free Speech, that's right in the name. Your government's trying to take away your freedom of speech. You say something you don't like, or they don't like, you have a CDBC digital card, they're going to zap it. They can get into your checking account, they're going to zap it. They can get into your wallet, they're just going to take it. So, that's where we're going. Anyway, Karen Hackley says she adores all of my stuff. I wish I could see much more. I got your 6, brother. Keep going. Well, you know what, Karen? I can tell people, this was just a fluke. I got a few minutes and I decided I was going to do it. I figured that one way I would get this stress from play stupid prizes, or play stupid games to win stupid prizes. I would just get that out of my head so that tomorrow morning, after physical therapy, when I sit down at my desk, I'll be able to focus on what I should have been doing over the weekend. But anyway, it is 4:52 and my wife is back in the room, and I'm going to get ready to take dementia meds in 8 minutes when the alarm goes off, and feed the dogs, because we kind of fed them on the early side this morning, and they're probably ready to eat. The dog and the cat. I said dogs, but the dog and the cat. And they're probably ready to eat. And tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern time, so adjust yourself accordingly, 7 o'clock Eastern time on the Randy Rhodes Facebook profile. Watch The Road to Dixie, his new Southern broadcast. It includes Southern genealogy and a whole bunch of other things, but go watch the broadcast, The Road to Dixie, at 7 p.m. Eastern on the Randy Rhodes Facebook profile. There will not be a Boogie with the Bull tomorrow morning because I have physical therapy at 9:15, and by the time I get home, it's 11 o'clock or later, and we're just going to take President's Day off and not do one. So that means Tuesday night at 7 o'clock, Randy Rhodes, myself, and anybody else who says they want to come on or comes into the live chat, asks for a link, and comes on, is welcome to join us. So with that in mind, this is the part of the broadcast where I tell you, you've been watching Boogie with the Bull. No one cares. That's actually what I named the broadcast. Some people do care. I care, but I thought it would be fun to call it Nobody Cares. Why I did this broadcast. You've been watching Boogie with the Bull. Nobody Cares. Sunday. and it is a copyrighted presentation of the No Budget Broadcasting Company. We own it all. And if you don't think we own it all, complain to Facebook, and we'll have to battle with them. But anyway, William Grant, thank you for watching. Karen Hackley, it is always a pleasure. What I started to try to say there, Karen, is that I respect that not everybody can sit in front of a device with Facebook on it and watch every broadcast I do. Okay, I can plan my life around doing that, but not everybody else can sit there and watch it. So watch what you can when we're live. And then if you have to leave and go do something, when you have time, come back and watch a little bit more. And, eventually you will watch it all, or watch it all when you have the time. A lot of times it's not, if it runs an hour and a half, it's not even worth watching an hour and a half. If you have some way of fast forwarding between a lot of it, then you can catch the highlights. But watch what you can when you can. And if you can watch live, it's more fun if you're in the live chat. Please share the broadcast everywhere you can, because all of the groups that you're in on Facebook are not the groups that I'm in as an admin or that I share it to. And usually the way I do it when I share, I'm not sharing this one tonight. Anybody can take this one and share it. I didn't share it into any groups because it really wasn't a normal broadcast. What was I going to say? I forgot. I lost my train of thought. But watch them when you can. Share them when you can, because where I would share them, you don't. And generally, I grab my phone during a broadcast. And if there is more than just me rambling and tangenting, if I have a guest talking, I'll grab my phone and I will send it into our groups. And then I will just scroll down and look for groups that I think it belongs in and send it to a handful if I can, and go from there. So wherever I may have ended up sending it to, you may not be in that group, or we may not be in that group. So let me know. Anyway, I'm going to put this on the screen. Paul Riley, my buddy, says a live interview with Charles Tassel, running for Ohio Congress at 6 p.m. Eastern. So that's about an hour from now, only on Rumble. And the link is right there. Rumble.com. Well, the link is right there, or you can message Paul on Facebook Messenger and he'll send you the link. We are looking at the possibility of Rumble. I keep saying that we are looking at the possibility of Rumble. Unfortunately, it is tight, being bipolar, having dementia, and just being a 62-year-old guy with my wife and our Chihuahua and our cat living here in Florida, and trying to get by, bills and bills and bills and bills and more bills. Congratulations to me. I'm 62 years old and I finally got approved for my first credit card. My actual first pre-approved credit card, where all I had to do was call them and offer to give them $95 to open up the account and pay some kind of monthly and yearly fee. You got to start somewhere. So I'm going to do that, and maybe I will get an opportunity to add a couple of more and be able to enjoy the awesome right to have credit in this country. Anyway, but like I said, Paul Riley, live interview with Charles Tassel, running for Ohio Congress at 6 p.m. Eastern tonight, only on Rumble, and there is the link. Or message Paul, and he will make sure you get the link. And go over to Rumble and watch the broadcast. And if you can, share it on Facebook. That's the thing. When we add Rumble, we will have Facebook, we will have Boogie with Bull YouTube channel, and we will have Boogie with Bull Rumble channel. And I don't know what else we'll do after that. But we're just small time people here. Like I said, money is tight. We have to just kind of see about getting the maximum use of it as we can. But anyway, I'm David Wilburn. You're on. Thank you for the privilege of letting me abuse your time. A very quick and brief Boogie with the Bull broadcast. If you're going to go watch Paul over on Rumble at 6 p.m. Eastern, then you got about an hour. So go have a good dinner and goof around on Facebook. That's an alarm that I got to go take care of something now. So anyway, you guys live well, live prosper. Like I said, there is not a Boogie with the Bull 10 a.m. schedule tomorrow. There will be a 7 o'clock on Tuesday. It's just going to be too tight to try to get something whipped together and come on and do it. The whole idea is to try to do them 3 days a week at 10 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, because on the days that my wife is at work and we're not both trying to use the bedroom, studio, craft room at the same time. Anyway, I'm Dave Wilburn. Thank you for the privilege of being here with me. Double B's for victory. This Boogie with the Bull broadcast is going to come to an end.